Branch Rickey by Jimmy Breslin, narrated by Dick Hill. Copyright 2011 by Jimmy Breslin. This unabridged audiobook is published by arrangement with Viking, a member of Penguin Group USA Incorporated, and was produced in the year 2011 by Tantor Media Incorporated, which holds the copyright thereto.
Prologue. Beautiful. When they ask me to write a book about a great American, right away I say yes. When I say yes, I always mean no. They ask me to choose a subject, and I say, Branch Rickey. He placed the first black baseball player into the major leagues. His name was Jackie Robinson. He helped clear the sidewalks for Barack Obama to come into the White House. As it only happened once in the whole history of the country, I would say that is pretty good. Then some editors told me they never heard of Rickey, which I took as an insult, a disdain for what I know, as if it is not important enough for them to bother with. So now I had to write the book. Simultaneously, I had a problem for a writer as bad as sprained hands. The rule I followed from my first day as a copy boy in the sports department was that you couldn't write about a game unless you went to see it. These people who tried reporting by watching television were killing readers with lifeless stories. It still is like this, except there are many fewer readers to murder. The trouble is, I spoke to Branch Rickey only once in my whole life. I am with my friend Rusty Wilde at Ebbets Field, where maybe 200 spectators sit in a big rainstorm watching the Brooklyn Dodgers football team play against the Chicago Rockets. I was a copy boy after school at the old Long Island Press and got the tickets from the sports department. The newspaper is gone, as are both teams. Into the seat behind me comes Rickey, the Dodgers owner, in a yellow slicker with lackeys to the left and right. He says, "Hello, boys. I am on my high school football team and must show how much I know." I ask him why his star quarterback is playing what was known as a single-wing formation. They start each play by passing a wet ball back to him, and in all this mud, you can't handle the ball so good. "He ought to be in a T," I say. "We got the best T quarterback ever to live from around here." Rickey says, "Who is that?" I say, "Sidney Luckman." Rickey says, "I've heard of him." He was playing me for a fool. Luckman was already a legend. I say, "He comes out of Erasmus Hall High at Flatbush and Church. My uncle took me to see him play Lincoln down by Coney Island." I was as smart as they come. Rickey now ignores me, and I don't pick up half of what I could have. I wanted to go back to the sports department at the school newspaper and show off with what I heard him say. When I did overhear him, I concentrated totally on every word. I hunched over and wrote a couple of key words on a sheet of copy paper that was folded in three. That was the way the big reporters did it. The paper was cheap city room newsprint. I wrote "concept of education" and "leading characteristic match their ability." If I had paid attention like this in school, I would have had a full scholarship to Oxford. I never saw Branch Rickey again, and now I am going to write a great book about him. I was sure I had a lifesaver. Jack Lang, whom I know for maybe 50 years, has been writing newspaper stories about Rickey for a long time. I am going to see him next week. Then I am in the shower, and my wife hollers, "Jack Lang died!" I said a prayer. After a period of mourning, I started again. I called Emil Buzzy Bavazzi at his home in San Diego. He was an assistant to Rickey and was in the room when they decided to bring up Jackie Robinson. "Come out and we'll go over the whole thing," he said. 2 days later, I pick up the paper and read that Buzzy died. I figured I would be able to rely on big-name historians whom I have yet to read, and that this would be immensely pleasurable. And then I read the books. History writers should be put not in the jail, but under it. The only books on this subject you can tolerate are Branch Rickey, American in Action by Arthur Mann, Branch Rickey,